Hi, everybody. It's Friday, the 7th of July. Market's closed. It's 5 p.m. Wanted to go through a little bit of last night's price action and where you could have gotten in for some really good trades, either holding overnight or getting in either Globex or getting in London session, getting in RTH, or trading at the end of the day, which is sometimes quite profitable. If you can wait till, say, for example, here, you would have made some money there. Sometimes it comes down. Here's the setup from the other video that I told you guys about, where you've got your order flow here at the top of a green candle. Then you've got order flow higher, and then you have order flow lower, and it passes back through that 200 moving average and just goes down. So you could have taken there, you could have taken there, lower high. There was a level 2 seller there, but lower high, kept your stop back, okay? Because then you got this. If you missed this, you could have taken the short right there, right? And here we go down. So this was at the end of the day, right here. Now you're looking at going into Globex. You have short entries here, short scalp entries. You're good from 44.46 to 44.42. It's $200 move down, $200 move up, $200 move down, $200 move up. So you could have made, and now it starts squeezing a little bit. This thing is coming down. The moving average is coming down. So you do want to keep, selling lower highs and selling lower highs. And you can either scalp, or what you can do is you add your positions downside as it comes down, and then get out of your positions farther on down the line. But you can see, or you can just scalp it, okay? Or here's a failed buyer's auction, a lower high, lower high, lower high. There's a higher high, but there's still a level 2 seller there. Failed buyer's auction, level 2 seller. You can see where the buyers would come in and take profits. People were just, they were just scalping. Okay. Now we're coming into about 4 o'clock. Now you see you get a couple of arrows here, right? Yeah, a failed seller's auction there. Then you have a level 2 buyer step in there. Okay. There's your higher low, right? There's your signal for the long. So you're looking for the long, right? Bam, takes it to the upside, and here we go, right? So you're looking at coming back up here to 44.45, which is a VPOC. You could use that as a target if you were in it till 4 o'clock in the morning, or just held it. There's a lower high there. There's a lower high there. Higher low. There's a higher low there. You could just add to your position. You could take, if you miss this one, you're there, and you can take these. These are pretty much the same level. And a buyer would step in here. You're above the 200, right? Anything priced above 200, you're only taking longs. So I'm only taking longs, okay? Now, that went all the way to 8:30 this morning. So your potential profit on that deal was 44.37 to when you got your arrow up here. You're looking at 37.51 to 37 to 51, or up in here. So you're getting you're getting a 15-point move out of that thing. And then down, reversing your position, coming back up here. Everything's turning down. You're going through here, 15 points. You're looking at, say 44.50, shorting 44.50, right? Shorting 44.50 down here. We had the 34 starting to turn up, okay? So now you're still getting lower highs and lower highs. So what you could do, if you wanted to, just extend that across. Say, for example, I'm just going to do a quick trend line here, whatever. Okay, so coming down here, once you pierce that that trend line, and then bounced off that moving average down here, then get out, or flip to the long if you want to. I mean, you're looking at higher lows. So you're looking at higher lows. You're still, the problem is you're still below here. So we're only taking shorts, right? So you may or may not. That's discretion. Discretion. You may or may not be able to get into that trade down here. There's a lot of distance between these two guys. If you'll notice, the 34 and the 200, huge amount of distance. Here's where the crossover was. Here's where you could have sold it, right? So you're down here. Now you've got another crossover here, but it didn't go anywhere, right? So you're still looking for, you're not looking for a long, you just get, you're getting out of your short down here somewhere, but you're getting, you're not looking for a long. Not necessarily, because this thing is still pointing down. You're starting to trade above it, but you didn't go very far. Then you get a lower high. Reverse your position. Here you go, down. You're looking for higher lows and lower highs, and in line with that 200 linear regression moving average. Okay, so you're good. So now you got the 34 flip. That's a linear regression moving average also, by the way. I find that quite handy to kind of catch these moves, even if you're down here. Sometimes you can catch them back up to that 200 and get out at that 200 on the long, but it's counter trend, a little bit counter trend. So getting back into the short here, going back down, everything's in line. You've got your flip, you've got your lower high here, you've got your moving averages pointing down, and so you can get into these trades. Here's a poly level here. You want to be cognizant of these poly levels, right? Because here's a poly level right here. You're gonna, hits a poly level and starts chopping around. They try to push through. They don't make it. Finally, they push back up. Okay. Once you get that higher low, you can buy it and then get out wherever you're, either at that 200 or that basically take that lower high and reverse. So now we're into 9 o'clock in the morning. Level 2 buyer comes in, fail seller auction, and we're starting to get, I don't know if I got a higher low down here or not. So we didn't get a lower high here. Okay, fine. So you missed a trade, big deal, right? So you're coming down. Now you're seeing a higher low. So you're above the 200. You're looking at that higher low and saying, well, can I get into that? I could get in on the cross up here, pull back, cross up here. Okay, so now we're upside, right? We come back down, retest there, and then up here to the next poly level, scalping to the next poly level. Now the 200 is fairly pointed up. I mean, see the green and the red and the green and the red. I mentioned before in a tweet, when you start seeing this, this is solid green, solid red. When you start seeing this green, red stuff here, that's chop. And that's telling you stay out, okay? You could go long here, but it's telling you, stay out of the market, okay? Now we start seeing solid stuff, right? The 200 is moving up. The 34 is sharply angling up. You can take that basically anywhere. There was a buy arrow here. Okay. I see it where there wasn't. There was a continuous stream of buy arrows right here. So as it came up through here, just don't rely on them. Don't just rely on the arrows. Came up right through here. Both those turned green. You buy it. Nicely done. Up to the poly level. Right. Now, what would make you get out at that poly level? Well, look at the order flow. You got buying exhaustion and let's see, you got buying exhaustion, selling imbalance, and a VPOC at the top of that candle. What do you think we're going to do? We're going to go down, of course. It's a reversal. Boom, reversal. There's a pullback for more shorts right there. And that was a buying exhaustion, selling imbalance. Boom. Now we started chopping around after market open because we already, they already played with the news. That was at 8:30. Let's see what happened at 8:30. See what happened at 8:30. If you were already into the long here, anywhere up here, you're buying this thing. Now they came up to that 44.50, 40.51 level where there was like ridiculous number, 3,000 orders or something up here. Okay. And then they sold it, right? Popped it up. You could have held it right there where your arrows are and then right down through here. Boom. And just let it sell off and reverse your long position and get into short. And here you go. I have turned off the failed auction stuff. It's a proprietary study, and not everybody's got it. So I'm just looking at where those line up. But if you don't have it, you can certainly trade it. Here's a long position here. Let me see. Tools. Arrow. Higher low right there. And indication you can get in for the long, right? Lower high. Arrow. Go through your charts and draw a line, put a zigzag on it, draw a line and say, where do I getting a lower high or a higher low? And there's where your nice trade locations would be. Okay, there's a lower high. Arrow. There's a lower high there. We're looking for lower highs and higher lows, right? Trend reversal. There you go. Down. Another lower high. And there we go. Another lower high. Now we start running into here's some choppy chop at the bottom, right? You're starting to turn up, right? So you start getting this thing. I mean, you were still short biased for the most part here, right? Then you start looking at a long position. You're trading above that 200. Now, again, this is all chop, 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 chop. All those color changes, that's all chop, 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 right? All chop, chop, chop. This was a little bit difficult day for a lot of people to trade. And I get it. You got a lower high, higher low, and just see how the market plays out. There's a pie level there, there's a pie level there, right? You could have gone long, next pie level up, next pie level up if you wanted to. I mean, those pie levels are pretty actionable. Here's your long. There's your long trade right there. If you go on the arrows, you're gonna lose some trades, and I'm trying to fix that to where you're not gonna have so many trades come back in your face. But today was a very difficult day for the market. So there's your long trade right there. There's your short trade. You could have worked the levels back and forth. There's your lower high. There's your anywhere down here you buy. Lower high, get out. See where those things now. See, and I was calling this something the other day, and I can't remember what it was. See right here where you get higher high, higher high, higher high, lower high, lower high. See that kind of cup? It forms like an inverted cup there. And then they had this guy, right? So you got a lower high there. You got a lower high there you could take. You got a lower high there you could take. Take that short. Down we go, down we go. Down to the poly level, another poly level. Okay. Now, here's where things will get a little interesting. Then you start buying it, right? As it goes up, and then it goes way up. And what's nice is every time you see down here, every time you see a higher low, right? Lower high, higher low, buy it. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. You know, higher low. You're in for like, you might be in for 6 contracts, right? And then it takes off to the upside. Buy one there, buy one there. There you go. And it went to, to the moon, Alice. Right? You're still in, higher low, higher low, higher low. You're still in, pull back, higher low. Now we start cutting through. You made today, that was today's high. You made a high. Now you get a lower high, right? And here we go. To the downside, to the downside we go. To the downside we go. Okay? Keep going, keep selling, keep selling, keep selling. Okay? Retest today's lows, right? Now we get a buy signal there. So if you're short from up here, from that lower high, or you've been adding. Maybe you've just been adding to your position coming down, right? Now all of a sudden get the heck out of that short and go long. Oh, there's a pullback down here. You might or might not got stopped out. Hopefully you stopped out by break even +1, right? And then here we are at the end of the day. So that's about it. If you're, I would have been done, down here. Again, if you want some amazing results, right, and you have a deep pocketbook for it, you've got a really solid account, right? Lots of money in your account. Lower high, right? This is, like 130. So you flipped out of whatever longs you've got. There's a higher low, flipped out, lower high. Now start adding your position. There's one right there. Every time you see a lower high, add your position. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, 8, 10, 11, 12. You're in 12 contracts short, right? Now, reverse your position or just get out. Can you imagine 12 contracts short? That's a heck of a lot of money. So that's what you do. Boom. Now, if you see where it passes up through the 200, get out of that trade. It's almost cash market close. You don't want to stick in that trade at cash market close, do you? Unless you're pretty certain. I mean, you could take a short through here, through that 34, if you wanted to. Ride it up. Take the short there. Take the long there, right? When you start seeing this thing, it's kind of, it's kind of interesting to do. Take the long there and then get out right there. And that's the end of the day. Anyway, I hope you found this informative and exciting and all that. Have a wonderful weekend. And hey, let's start coding this thing. Let's start automating this thing. Okay? Need some help. Oh, and I think I'm going to add because a lot of people have said, hey, what will this chart? How can I buy this chart from you? Blah 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 blah. I'm thinking about just setting up a buy me a coffee thing. So if somebody wants to buy me a coffee, donate. They're certainly welcome to do that. I may even do a PayPal thing. Just to, if somebody wants to throw money my way, hey, I'm totally good with it. So anyway, have a good one, guys. Have a great weekend. See you next week.